Hello and welcome, listeners, to another episode of Tactical Awareness. It's Season 3, Episode Who Knows? It's our Autumn Assault recap as we talk about the events of Canada's first Eastern or Central satellite event for Infinity. Go over the lists, the games, and how we did. So let's jump in, see how the boys are doing, and get this underway.
And then we can look at all of the results. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Tactical Awareness. It is Season 3, Episode Who Knows at this point. And we're doing our coverage of Autumn Assault 2025, the satellite event that was in November in Central Ontario that Owen, Dan, and myself all flew in to take part of. And if you were watching the Tactical Awareness GMG YouTube channel, then you would have actually seen a live podcast recording from there, which at some point I will rip the audio from to accompany this episode. And we're going to do our little recap, a little redux. We got Owen and Dan here to talk about the results. Of course, it's no news to anybody unless you have missed all the coverage of the event that Owen has won his 4th consecutive satellite event. In 5 rounds.
Just because he dodged
Ontario.
Accurate.
Because Dan would have beaten him. Dan is
there was
currently...
a solid chance that Dan actually would have beaten me.
I think so.
There's always a solid chance that I do something.
If the dice go well, it will go well. So let's have a look at the results here. You played 5 games, man, and let's do a little recap. You played Elementa in round 1, who was playing, it looks like, Tunguska.
Yes.
How'd
I
that
played
game go?
Tunguska twice over the course of this event.
10-0.
Yeah. So I was playing military orders, and
We'll share your list in the thing, but you want to just briefly describe what you took, because you took 2 lists. Both were very funny.
10 model lists in both lists. The first list was Deferzin, Knight of Justice Hacker, Seraph, and then supporting pieces.
Tech B, baggage bot, something else.
Like tin bot, splash bot, like that kind of stuff. Just little things. But the 4 guys who matter are those ones. I guess the Tech B should be called out because the Tech B comes up
Making 2 of those tags dodge on 14s. It's a big deal.
15s.
15s, that's right.
Seraphs
Yeah.
are fast.
They start on 12. Yeah.
Kind of
start on
ridiculous.
12.
And it ups the Gizmo kit, which matters as well.
Sure does.
But yeah, I played that double Seraph list 4 out of 5 of my games. The only one I didn't was against Morats, but I played it in this first round, which was cultural appropriation, I believe.
Corporate appropriation.
Whatever.
Culture.
Same difference.
The other one.
The culture is not your costume.
Back to zone of interest it is.
Yeah. Jesus.
Anyway, yeah. And so I was like pretty nervous about playing against Tunguska because they are a pretty powerful, like, interventors are strong hackers. And I had 4 guys who were hackable as basically my whole army.
You took the Deferzin list against him?
They're both Deferzin.
But I mean,
I
sorry,
brought
the non-tag one.
No, I brought the tag one.
Both tag one? Is it Crux Knight Deferzin is one and tags are the other one?
It's 5-man Pain Train is one and
5-man
tags is the other
right.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I brought the tags out, and we kind of had this discussion because, like, one side of the board was bad, like deployment wise, and he didn't know what I was playing because this is the first round of the tournament, right? And so the inter-round conversation around what did you play against when you played that guy hadn't happened yet. And so no one knew what I was actually playing. And so he chose to go second because he's got hecklers and he's got interventors and he's got good terrain set up and he's got lots of hackers and he knows I'm playing knights. And then I put 2 Seraphs on the board and proceeded to just jump and kill everything.
That is a result. Hello? Oh,
sorry, 1 second there.
That's okay.
I had to get pulled away.
No, I'll pause. Do you need to go do something?
No, it's fine. It was just a second there. Yeah, and so it was basically a case of he couldn't set up good hacking because Deferzen could kill most of his hackers. He only had the one Interventor Lieutenant, but it was the Hacking Device Plus, not the Trinity one. And so he perpetually just hid in marker state, because if he ever came out of marker state to pick a fight, the Seraph just kills it because it's so fast. And just kind of turn over turn, chewed him up. I got to have the Seraph melee a bunch of times that game. Like the box obviously is destructible in that one, and so Seraph with his little friend walked in and had extra burst and blew up the box in one swing. And then my Seraph got too close to a revived Mary Problems and got isolated, and so he just jumped 9 inches into melee with her and splattered her brains across the wall. Where it's like, go ahead, hack me, bam, and just kill.
I dare you.
Yeah, that was basically the game. Those are like the kind of the highlights. The one time his heckler put out the repeater to stop the Seraph from moving forward. Deferzen walked into the repeater and just knocked his hackers down.
Did he have anything stand out, like combo wise or piece wise?
He had Raoul and Spectre as like a fun, fast duo.
Raoul and Senior Massacre?
No,
Raoul
sorry.
Spectre's one
Perseus.
guy.
Perseus. Raoul and Perseus are the two of them.
Yeah.
They didn't really do too much and ended up just getting kind of beat up by one of the Seraphs on the side.
Yeah, they don't have much of a tag unless they're up close.
And even in melee, it's not great. Like, it's definitely in their favor, but they're like 23 martial arts 3s, and the Seraph's 23 martial art 1. And so, like, yeah.
Seraph only has to land 1, though.
But so do they. I think one of them has EM. Okay. But the other thing is, like, those Seraphs were never just alone. There's always the little flame bot or someone else around. And so they ended up spending a lot of time putting smoke down to kind of cover advances to try and do objectives, only for it to kind of stall out because they had to put so much smoke down. And then even if he gets forward, the Seraph just one order, it's 13 inches across the board and right back on top.
Right.
Yeah.
Round 2, you played some more at. So you're pretty high up in the standings round 2. I played an asshole in round 2, but that's okay. You got to play against some Morats.
Yeah. So I can't play tags into Morats because he has Dartox.
Yeah.
And Dartox plus the Yaugat means that he can smoke shoot the tag with a sniper, and I can't really defend against that. And so I went, all right.
And you're only armed 7. You're actually a bit more susceptible to a DA sniper rifle, you know what I mean, a multi-sniper rifle than most.
Yeah.
Because you get one less armor.
And so, like, I brought my other list, and this is the only time I played this list, and it is Deferzen, Knight of Justice Hacker, Knight of Justice Missile Launcher, Tinbot, Hospitaller, and Kyle. And then my Harris is the Crux Knight, Constantinos, MSV2, HMG, Crozier, and then we have a Tech B and a
Evo?
No, he's Mind Layer Man, Raven Eye. And these are my 10 guys. And on my first order, he has a bunch of MSV1 rockets and sniper and like all this stuff standing to stop my advance. And I'm like, oh, I have a Crux Knight. I'm just going to kill everybody because I'm a better shot than you and all of you are penalized against me. And so I step out the Crux Knight and he goes to fight an MSV1, not a Sogarat, but the other AP immune armor.
It's a Suriat with the AP immune heavy rocket launcher MSV1. And that's why your Albedo worked, is because that's the only Suriat that's MSV and he's MSV1.
Yep. And so he was hitting me on a 7. I was hitting him on 14s, 5 dice against 2. He crits me on a 7 and I burn entirely off the board. And I'm like, all right.
I was so excited at this point in your storytelling of this game to being like, did you lose in round 2? Did this just happen? Did you just get obliterated by that? Because like someday the dice will get you. Someday you will have that thing where a piece just fucking melts. And it did, but it didn't stop you.
And I'm like, now things get difficult. And so it's like Constantinos, he shoots out a bunch of disco balls, blocks off half the fight. The Knight of Justice missile launcher is like, all right, I'll do it then. And it's like Morat with rocket and a flash pulse guy can both see you. And I'm like, I shoot 3 missiles at the Morat.
It's
And I
technically
just
1, but it's burst plus 2 special dice, right?
2 special dice, BS 15. And that guy explodes.
Only one has to land. So like it is kind of like with a missile launcher, you only care about 1 landing. So
and the Knight of Justice saves flash pulses on 19s. So you just eat those.
Yeah.
Then he killed the flash pulse guy, and I marched forward into the middle under my disco ball. I find an angle where one of those knights in that group moves over and just kills Kornak in like a hail of bullets, and he kills everybody nearby Kornak at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I'm out of orders because I only had 10 guys. And basically I'm stuck in the middle. We're playing not critical intervention, but it was a room. Our mission had a room.
Round 2 is the one where you had to it's the river cards one. It was the all classic
axial interference.
Yeah.
And so there was a room on that one. Like our table just had a room on it.
Yeah.
And so we played it as a room. And basically to the right side of the room, next to the axial button, I have a disco ball, and this 5-man knight team are all within 2 inches of that disco ball, facing every direction. And I'm like, all right, go ahead. And his turn is him. He has like 7 orders because I killed half of his army on that advance. And every guy,
lieutenants, it's only the war horses that are regular.
Well, I killed everyone that wasn't a war horse. So it was like, that's all he had left. But then the Yaogat goes to smoke shoot. And it's like, my guy's still BS 15 because he has 6 cents because they're all knights. Mm. And so he sets it up. He gets me all pinned down. And then on my turn, as my guys, if I moved, I get shot from like every direction with them. And Konstantinos just turns the disco ball back on and everyone disappears into the smoke again. And then it's like, all right, back to slicing the pie. The standout of that game was his Raziat drop trooper, like in parachutist deployment zone. Yeah. He comes out of the parachute deployment zone with a shotgun. He walks up, he goes to stamp his feet to do the classified. The Tech B dodges and looks at him. His next order, he shoots Konstantinos in the back and face to face as the Tech B. The Tech B crits and goos him, and Konstantinos just doesn't take a wound. And so he gets bricked there. His second Raziat comes down and then spends the remaining like 4 orders fighting the Tech B because it just continues to just shoot and win the face-to-face roll.
80 points of Raziats.
Yeah. And then finally he kills the Tech B and he's just out of orders. And then Konstantinos walks over to the Good Raziat and is like, I'm a veteran trooper base to base with an enemy. I will do a whip roll. All right, that'll get me 3 points. Thank you.
That's so funny.
Yeah. That was a good game. But it was just like raw. Like I lost more models that game than any other game.
Mm-hmm. And actually, if his Raziats hadn't come in like that, you wouldn't have gotten the major. If that was 3
probably
points. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was going to get that objective no matter what. Like it was just that because like any of the knights in the middle can all do that objective, and there was dead bodies around.
Right model, and I see what you're saying.
I can even just do it, and like your guns can't kill me. Like DeFerzen can walk into base to base with the guy with a shotgun and just be like massage shoulders, score points. Like, go ahead. After I'm done doing this, I'm gonna kill you.
That's right. Yeah.
I didn't want to shoot you beforehand because you might have burned to death, right?
Yeah, it's fine. All right, round 3. You played against another Tunguska player against Loch Ness Hamster, 8-0. And this one was, what did we play at the last? What was the last mission of the game? He did come in second.
This was Hardlock.
Hardlock, yeah, that's right.
This was, so the reason I only got 8 points on this mission is because this game only went for 1 round.
Yeah,
I killed everything. Everything he tried to do failed. My first turn, I played the double Seraph list. He stripped my order pool, so I have 11 orders total. 2 Tacklewares, a lieutenant order, and 8 orders. In those 11 orders, I killed 9 models. It was like almost a guy every time the Seraph moved, but usually it was like 2 guys at a time when the Seraph was moving. And then on his turn, he's lost a lieutenant and he's almost out of guys, but he's got a few hollow men left. And he's like, I shoot a pitcher, miss. I command token to shoot a pitcher, miss. I walk in my guy from the side. I try and do my classified, miss. I spend a command token, miss.
One of those games where literally everything you try works and everything they try doesn't, and it's just like, what can you do? There's not really much of a story to talk about in Hardlock with that one, if that's the case, right?
While the Seraphs are hopping around, the bots on the Seraphs are booping all the buttons in the middle. First try, no problem.
Yeah.
That was it. That was. Yep.
You feel bad. You feel bad when this happens because you're just like, I guess. Sorry.
His missile launcher linked Hollow Man. So like heavy infantry guy with a missile, 4 wounds because he's got remote presence, shoots his missile, misses an Oxbot, then gets hit by the flamethrower and dies off the board. Just fails every save back to back. That Oxbot killed probably 100 points that game.
That's crazy.
But anyway, that was my round 3. Like there is not much to be said there.
And that was the wrap of day 1. So day 2, you were going into
U.S. Ariadne.
U.S. Ariadne with Hellspectre, and he had a great event up to that point. His first 3 games, he played. Let's have a look here. Yeah, and he actually played top table the last round. So he played Doug round 1. He played Tom with his Bakunin round 2, who I played in round 4 or 3. And then it looks like he played one of the, it's not Starco, it's something weird. What's one of the weird, I don't know. It's one of the sub factions. Anyway, he had a good event up to that point. Yeah. Dashat, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
But he went 9-0, 6-1, and 9-3 until he met you.
And then he played me, and it was critical intervention now, where he had to take the treasure out of the middle. I'm back to playing double Seraph, and he gets to go first. He uses the disco balls from his ward driver and his Sasha to cover the room. He turns off the turrets. He fills the room with mines. He gets camo guys around. He's got dudes in the room protecting it because next turn he's going to grab it and run. The Seraph Oxbot dives into the room, setting off all the mines, burning everyone in the room to death. And and then it just killed everybody. It was. I don't think there was a moment where it was like, oh, it could go either way. It was just a matter of like, do I put you into retreat now or do I wait an extra turn?
Yeah.
And it was another case of like, he never had great odds, but there was chances of like he flash pulse.
What do you have? You have 2 blackjacks or 1 blackjack?
1 blackjack with Rosie and whatever the other guy, the 1-1-2.
Special dice T2 AP sniper.
Yep. APT2 sniper. He had the unknown ranger. He had dog with little dog. He had Van Zant.
All the greatest hits.
Like all the things that you'd expect.
Yeah. Double dogs.
And then a lot of foxtrots, like foxtrot snipers and foxtrot, like flash pulse guys. And like the moment where it started looking shaky is his devil dog risked getting shot by the turret at one point, and the turret just killed him.
Ooh.
And then he did this whole thing to get the middle, and he did it, and he succeeded. But it was he got another lucky shot where my Seraph shot his foxtrot, and the foxtrot just crit and blinded the Seraph, and I had to speedball and fix him and then keep going. And then he found like I always pulled back into my corner to just be safe because I knew Van Zant was coming.
Yeah.
And he gets Van Zant in like not quite touching a Seraph who's like right on the edge, but just in there's like a sliver in my back arc, or in the like not in my front arc, I should say. And the Seraph itself blocks the line of sight of the other guys who are all on suppression and watching. But Van Zant gets in, the Seraph makes his dodge on a 12, and now Van Zant's like, there's like 9 guys shooting at him now when he next activates, so he berserks into the Seraph, and the Seraph just slaps him down and kills him.
Yeah.
Weirdly, he had the AP rifle Van Zant instead of the shotgun.
That's what you're afraid of.
If he had
Yeah.
the shotgun, I think I died.
Yeah.
Like,
The
I'm
type
pretty
2
sure.
AP shotgun is pretty great.
I don't think it's AP, but even still, like 3 dice on 13.
Oh no, that's
Is
right.
it
Because type 2 replaces the AP on a boarding shotgun.
Or
There's
isn't he
no
BS
boarding
attack
shotguns are
AP?
and then the
Something
type
like
2.
that.
Really?
Maybe.
Well, I don't look it up.
Doesn't matter.
It's really good. It's if nothing else, it's a T2 shotgun with burst 3. And so like there was a solid chance that he could really mess up that tag.
Yeah.
But he had the rifle. And then and as soon as I realized he had the rifle, I'm like, oh, never mind. I have nothing to fear here. Because even if he got into melee, he wasn't going to survive after the first attack. So like he had to crit me. And the crit, I had to fail.
It's funny. This whole game, it sounds like, really came down to your willingness to let things die versus his. Because in his army design, not taking, I find a lot of times if you don't take the boarding shotgun on something like a deployment zone piece, it's because you think that guy's going to do more than just kill a thing and then die. Like a lot of people will take like the standoff gun because they're like, wow, he might start walking around and doing things. He needs a rifle. And it's like, that guy's job is to show up and kill one thing really good. You know what I mean? So you take the best gun for I can go anywhere and show up and kill something really good. And then your willingness just to throw an oxbot away to detonate everything and then die. Like those are coming from the same place of like, oh no. One of these players thinks life is cheap and peace trading is the game, and the other one's like, well, my guy might live.
In fairness to the oxbot, we brought him back.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Of course.
The T2 boarding shotgun is just T2, not AP.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
It trades up the AP for T2.
And I'm pretty sure the 2-point difference between them is also the value of Sasha getting disco balls. So like
Sasha getting disco balls is amazing.
So it's one of those good. Like I can see why you might do it, but if I was gonna try and squeeze 2 points somewhere, I'd try somewhere else. Probably not from Van Zant. But anyway, whatever. He played it well, and obviously he was doing really well in the event. So like I don't want to try and discourage that.
No. It was. I mean, and it's also a faction that has limited options. Like to get to fucking top table round 4 of a satellite event with US Ariadna, he's a great player.
But it was also a case of that the double Seraph and double Big Knights is just like a gear check that his list couldn't overcome.
Exactly that. I was going to say the third player in this was the fact that he just doesn't have access to things of that tier. You know what I mean?
The T2 AP sniper is pretty good, but
it's one of them. There's 2 Seraphs.
And I just didn't fight it for the most part until I started getting really close, and I was kind of debating whether I killed it or just tried to snipe the Unknown Ranger, and then I sniped the Unknown Ranger.
Just neuter it. You just disco ball it, and then
I don't have disco balls on that list. I don't even have smoke. We just do nothing. We just fight.
Because the Crux is in the other list, isn't he?
It's Connie who gets the disco balls.
Connie, that's right.
Yeah. And then I have my final round against next
Jordan.
wave.
Yeah, Obius.
And I knew this was going to be awful because next wave is awful, and none of my lists are particularly good into next wave. But we did it anyway. I got really lucky at the very end. I don't know how you want to phrase it. But basically, he has the plane. Our table was not good. It was a corner deployment, and our table hadn't really been adjusted. And so one corner had like 5 buildings that were all 6 to 8 inches tall, and the other side had 2 small walls.
Sweet.
And so it was like,
I like it. I appreciate the asymmetrical deployment, man. Deployment rule matters.
There was nowhere a size 7 could sit and not be visible from the tower's deployment zone on the other side. Yeah. Like you just were visible from anywhere. And so
did you not treat the room as infinite height still?
With the room being infinite height, from the deployment zone of the other side, you could see the entire other person's deployment zone. There's like one spot behind a building. So he won the roll, and then he sat there and was debating whether or not to go first. We're playing area of interest or whatever. And so going second is really powerful on that mission.
It is, yeah.
And we have a table that's heavily skewed in one side. And so he chose to go deployment. And now I'm like, well, I can't let him go first because I'll just die. So I go first, and the 2 Seraphs go down again because fuck it, we ball. And that was probably the wrong choice. I probably should have played the other list, but at that point I had played the same list almost the entire event. So I'm like, let's just do it.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
And yeah, then the Knight of Justice finally woke up after 4 other games of sleeping and shot a pitcher next to Pandora and some other hacker, and then Deferzen killed them both. And then his plane was in range of my pitcher as well, and he proceeded to crit or like roll a 12 on every reset to avoid getting oblivioned. And I'm like, that's rough, because if he was oblivioned,
yeah.
he's out of the game.
Yeah.
Because
interestingly enough, you can't do it. Like, can you shoot a gizmo kit at it to
normally
fix it,
yes,
Oblivion? But
you could,
but have gizmo kits.
But Dr. Worm, who had his gizmo kit, was also our good friend Cyberplug. And if you have Cyberplug, you can't activate Dr. Worm.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why?
So this is one of those things in the rules right now.
Okay.
Rules as written, a model with a Cyberplug must have one connected. There's no way to not have them connected.
Yeah.
And while connected, the active guy, the guy who has that Cyberplug, can only ever idle. And any orders are done through his Cyberplug.
Wow. Interesting.
And
so
so like,
it's a 22 waste of points basically to get that guy.
Now, obviously, it should change. Like, it should be a case that you'd be able to gizmo kit. And it didn't come up in this event, though I would have said, like, go ahead and activate him.
Yeah.
But
this is clearly not intended.
Reflection of it, and like just to be an awareness piece, is like technically in the rules right now, you can't activate those guys. So don't have your gizmo kit guy be your gear or your Cyberplug guy.
Right.
If you brought the plane. But anyway, so his plane doesn't get bricked. So the Seraphs move up, and I know this puzzler is waiting for me. And I go through the room, and the puzzler reveals, and the Seraph luckily dodges. And then the other Seraph goes to kill the puzzler, and he crits me with the adhesive launcher. And so that Seraph gets bricked. And then I think I'm out of orders at that point. I'm just like in the wind. And then the plane turns on, and it starts doing damage, and the Seraphs are constantly dodging. The one gets out of it, and then Patrocles comes up, and he just downs one of the Seraphs instantly because I just failed all of the rocket saves. My turn comes back again. I speedball one of the Seraphs back. I kill the puzzler. I kill Patrocles. I kill more models, but I can't kill the plane. It's just too far and too fast. Plane comes back. It downs both of the Seraphs now. I'm nearly out of orders, and I'm going into third turn. The plane hides in the next corner that I need to get to, and it comes down to Deferzen with his rifle walking forward and just shooting the plane. And we messed up on the math, but thankfully, looking back, it was okay because I rolled like a 4 and he rolled a 3, and he ended up failing the 2 saves, and the plane went unconscious. And because of that, he didn't have the plane in the final turn. He goes into retreat. He goes into loss of lieutenant, and I'm able to hold the zones. So like down to the wire.
Right down to the wire.
Because if I didn't kill the plane, it's going to kill everybody.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a big problem, especially like. Yeah. And do you want to talk about the plane for 33 points? What this thing can do?
The Skyhound.
The Skyhound, because there's no model for it yet. So he was using the tag as the Skyhound.
Yep.
So doing dinosaurs.
And yeah, it's
I hope it's a pterodactyl when it comes out.
Right. It is a BS attack +1 burst base. It has plane stats, but it's a BS 14 plane, so it's like the Red Eye. Not quite as tough. It's armor 4 instead of armor 6, but it still gets Mim 6, dodge -3, discover +6 instead of sensor. It has remote presence, unlike the Faquan, which I learned the other day. And then its guns are a plasma carbine, a Thunderbolt AP, which is really relevant, and a mine dispenser.
Well, there's a X-Visor option too that's multi-rifle +1 burst flaming spear.
That is a choice.
But it doesn't have a plasma carbine. It doesn't cover every range band the way this one does.
It also doesn't just have burst +1 on the Thunderbolt. Like the Thunderbolt being BS14 on a MIM6 guy, and Thunderbolts don't have a bad range, right?
Nope.
Like at worst they go to 0.
Zero to infinity.
You go
And
negative
so,
3
like,
when you get far out.
no, it doesn't.
No?
The Thunderbolt goes to -3 if you're right up close. When you switch to Plasma Carbine,
That's good.
um,
Very close. I knew there was a -3 on one end.
yeah. And so like the Thunderbolt at long distances is great, and then it can shoot mines and it has plasma. And so this thing moves 11 inches. It can jump up in the air 5.5 inches, and it's on a guy who's like 2.5 inches tall. So it can jump almost 7 inches straight up. And if it was on a rooftop, which again, the board we were playing on, you could almost see everyone already. This plane could have just jumped into the air and been shooting thunderbolts down on my prone guys on my rooftops because there was nowhere for me to hide. And that was just the nature of the board. But yeah, this plane, I've both played against it and I've observed other people playing games with it where it just wins the game. There's no way really to defend against it, it seems, other than like hidden reveal models, because the few stand-up AROs that can kind of fight him can't usually survive mind dispensers first.
Yeah. Can't survive forking that can maneuver to anywhere.
And
With
yeah,
MIM.
it can fork anywhere, and it has MIM. And so like guys like maybe a Black Air or like a Yanhuo, the Yanhuo can't do it because its BS isn't good enough to get over the MIM6. And this thing's a good shot. Like that's the other part too. And so like,
and a plasma carbine solves the total immunity problem. Because it gets around every form of immunity just by making you make a save of each. It's not an ammo type. It's just like make one of each save. So it's effectively DA against everything.
And the fact that the Thunderbolt has AP on it means that it's also capable of just picking fights with tags. And so like
outside their max range, even outside 32 at 0 if it wants.
Right. And because
its BS is good enough that it doesn't mind.
It wants to fight there because it's going to use its MIM to maximum advantage, and its gun is still good, right? Yeah. And so 3 shots on 11s is not bad against a tag who maybe he's dodging at like a 10 or 11, or maybe he's shooting back at -9,
-12 probably
9, like 3 for range,
no cover.
6
That's
for
right. You have no cover, dude. That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, no cover. So
but you're still looking for 4s, 3s, right? Maybe a 6
probably
if you're a
probably
Pano tag.
5s or 4s tag. It's usually 13 or 14. Unless it's Pano.
And so like this thing is incredibly fast and has really effective guns. And so you basically you have to go first, and you have to disable it. And I failed to disable it when I went first, and it on its own basically did everything. This one model is unstoppable. Like I was using 150 points of tags, and it just walks circles around them. It's able to get in and out. It can win every face to face.
Walked them around, yeah.
And it's like, yep, that's true. And the other challenge and the thing that makes it so devastating is that on the active turn, if you could kind of close the gap with your, I've got MSV2 on my HMG or my multi-marksman or something like that, you could get close enough to just kill it because its defensive ability is pretty low, right? But the faction gets access to 2 puzzlers who are hidden Emarat or adhesive launcher or repeater guys somewhere in the midfield. And you'll just have to stumble across that.
Yep.
And so the models who might be able to close in to deal with it have to be able to get over the hurdle of this dinosaur that's hiding in the grass on your way there, who's just going to Emarat or put down a repeater or adhesive launcher you. Sorry, acrolat cannon.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awful. It's not a great experience, I'll be honest. Like I've played a lot of the planes recently, and like if this is my closing like conversation around this tournament, the plane in Next Wave is so over the top, and I knew what was happening. And like this is kind of my perspective, is like I guarantee if you go back in the games that he played, the people he played against had no idea what the hell was going on. Like, this friggin' thing, if allowed to do whatever it wants, will just kill you. And I don't know what the counter is. I don't know how you play into it. It's kind of pitchers and hacking. That's it.
Well, it gives them a standout piece. I think this is the faction of standout pieces, and we're gonna do an episode about that at some point.
There's
But
like
this is
5
definitely
of
the
them.
standout piece for this faction. Yeah, these guys have. I mean, and that's the point of Next Wave is it's all standout pieces. That's the gimmick. That's the
Yep.
design philosophy, right?
This one I think though
they're
is
Take another
even.
5-10 points though.
I think this guy should be like 40 something points.
Not 33.
Like, if he was like 42, I think he'd be okay. And like, I know that there's like an argument around, well, the faction that he's in pays so much for everything, but it's like, you get this guy in 15 orders in Next Wave, and it's not that hard. And you're still going to get Ironsides. You're still going to get Pandora. You're still going to get a Stinger. Like, you're going to get all, and you're still going to get 2 puzzlers. Like, you're going to get all the things that you wanted. And this thing's just going to also be there. And I think it either should be more expensive or lose the BS attack plus burst. It, like, why does it have that? It already has amazing guns.
I think what we're seeing too is a slight overcorrection on the planes because they just didn't get them right the first wave. So this wave is overcorrected a little bit.
Maybe they got him right the next wave.
Oh, let's move on to Dan because Dan was our next highest placer. Where did you come in the top 10, buddy?
Well, I don't know. Was I like 6th, 7th, 8th?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Let's have a look right here.
Oh, those.
Dan's in the rankings.
I would have got second if I realized that the button in the middle was auto push in the last mission.
Whoopsie. So let's talk about your round 1. You played into Cry Mason, and there's no faction here for them.
I played Dash Hat twice. I've never played Dash Hat before.
Crazy. So the Red Zealot also played Deshat into you. So Cry Mason with some Deshat.
He was playing like a non-lethal gimmick bounty hunter list.
A funsies list. Yeah.
He was having a good time, and I walked up the board with my Sujans and said, "You're dead."
Said absolutely not.
He what gave him a fighting chance is that his Libertos made like 5 armor saves in a row, went dogged, and then made like another 5 armor saves, and it took me so many orders to kill them. two Libertos. It took me infinite orders. It felt like to bring down. So that was super annoying. But then otherwise, everything went down pretty easily. He was able to I killed him to the model. I finished off every single model in the game. Miranda was existing, and it was very scary for the Sujans. And the Sun Tzu was like, "Hold my beer," and just like walked out into the open, just strutting his way towards Miranda, like, "Hello."
Being like, why don't we just have a shot?
And I'm like, flashballs.
Right.
And then I got close enough that I brought in the Vulcan shotgun and then eliminated everyone. That was close. That was a lot of fun.
And then round 2, you played some asshole.
Yeah. Ash turns out is not a very good player.
It turns out I'm not a very good player. Yeah, you beat me 5-2 in the second round. Why don't
I got
you
lucky
tell me how this goes?
For Axial Interference, I forgot it existed in the tournament, and I was like, my list could do 12 out of the 20 things. And
Mine could do 19.
I so prepared you are just a bad player.
I'm just a bad player. Yeah, I was just a very bad player. Go on.
For my secret one,
I was playing for real. Sorry.
I could do with four of my models because heavy infantry on the other side of the board. So the Sujans want to be there anyways, and Sun Tzu usually ends up there anyways.
Yeah, you got net undermine for your draw for your sticky card, and that is a great draw, and it's worth 2 in this game. It's a perfect draw for the pocket card. Yeah, my pocket card was dog shit. It was go up to one of your HVTs and push a button, and that was the better of the 2.
Yeah. So you went first. You came in. You almost killed a Sujan.
I almost killed all 3 of your Sujans.
But not first turn. First turn, you almost killed one.
I almost killed one, and I wounded another one. Yeah.
I was second level, no wounding cap. And then I speedballed and healed it up to just 2 wounds or 1 wound on him, whatever.
Effectively taking him back to 3 wins.
Yeah, exactly. And then I kind of made my way up the board. Sasha was wonderful lobbing EM grenades over
You had a
onto the
whole
hill,
squad of knights. Yep.
hitting your
Luckily, two of them
orcs.
didn't care. Two of
Yeah.
them were horse and didn't care.
Well, I mean, they still got immobilized. And then during your turn, I think you spent 3 orders trying to get him unimmobilized just by dodging and failing.
No.
And so the story of our game was I was able to do just enough during my turn, and during your turn, you were able to do just not enough.
Nothing worked. Literally nothing
Um,
worked. Yeah.
my only hacker was the Evo hacker, and I'm like, I'm going to spend 5 orders. And he's like, crawled up between some rocks, gets so close, and he's like, I'm near an HVT, and makes a roll on the first whip. And then meanwhile, Ash spent like 4 orders trying to make the same.
Trying to roll a 12.
Roll.
I couldn't roll a 12 for 4.
No, it was a 9.
It was a 9. That's right. Yeah, it was a 9.
You're like, roll a 9, roll a 9.
Nine.
Randomly
Why can't you
throughout
roll
the
a
rest of the thing, just nothing to do with any roll. He's like, can I roll a 9? And he failed even when he was practicing.
Yeah, over and over again. Well, because it was my turn 1 classified was make a whip check on the HVT at -3 with a hacker, and
It was
I
one of
had
the
4
neutral
chances
ones.
to do it. Yeah.
So yeah, everything just the dice kind of went well for me, but also just kind of 3 Sujans are hard to deal with. You end up killing 1, and
I
the
did
other 2 were on
16
your
wounds to shoot Sujans over the course of the game, and you had 2
Was
alive
it
at the
16?
end
I
of the
think it was
game.
only like 13.
It has to be 16 because I killed the one you healed, and then you healed another one.
No, you killed the one that started from full. He was not hurt at all, and then you just.
Oh, I killed him all the way to dead because I had
I'm
like
not
5 wounds to him. Yeah. I obliterated one of them, and then the one that you healed, I then later killed, and then I had all of them, the ones that were left on 1 wound afterwards. It was I killed 2 and there was 1 alive at the end.
Anywho, that was a pretty good game.
It was a really good game. It was really close. I had some frustrating dice moments. It wasn't as bad as my game against Tom, if that makes you feel better. it was just like the key moments where you needed something. And it's funny because Accu Interference, if you don't get that round score, it really puts you behind, right?
Yeah,
like because
we both didn't get anything round 1.
No, but neither of us got anything round 1. I almost did, but I had to make. I had 3 chances at -3 to my whip with my orc hacker, and he just couldn't push the buttons right on his hacking device.
Well, then if you get your secret or your personal one, does that count as getting one?
No, it has to be one of the middle ones for the round. Yeah, the secret one's totally
They're like
separate.
ambiguous, but
And then my pocket, the best of my 2 pocket ones, because I drew the only one I couldn't do in the whole game as one of my pocket ones, which went down round 1 as one of the river cards, and then I drew HVT, the one that's the paramedic or doctor on HVT that you can do with the remote as well. So my Montessa had to go do it, and I had one perfectly right there, but then you sent all 3 Sujans to that flank, plus the Sasha, and plus like your Eva. Basically everything flooded that side, and I couldn't get it for the entire game. And then you killed my Montessa, and it was off the cards basically.
yeah, you had your tag on suppression, but I was able to just sneak with the Sujans just up around, just like running around, just finding the little bits and places where I could peek up and did enough damage.
Yeah.
Timing plus is fun.
And then round 3, you played into Roland Firebrand with Military Orders, the faction of the moment.
So this game went very simply. I went first. I got an HMG on my motorized bounty hunter.
Oh my god.
Killed his flashball bot, threw 1 smoke, moved up, killed most things with like 1 order. He threw a pitcher right beside both of my Sujans. Quang Shi activated, walked around the corner, chain rifled it. Sujans went continuing on a rampage. I think I killed 11 models in the first turn. And then when he was in his deployment, like looking everywhere, he activated, mostly killed himself on my turn, but got Deferzen up and touched the 1 button. My second turn, walk up with my second group Sujan by himself. And I'm like, Deferzen, I hear you're good at hacking, but I'm within 8 and you're out of cover. I'm hitting on 20s with 3 dice. Would you like to hack? And he said, no, I'm going to shoot. And then I killed him. And then with 3 models left on the board, the Trinitarian who was visible, I was like, okay, I can either just kill both the Trinitarian and his other junk troop that was hanging out near the other button and guarantee win the game, or I can sit around and really not do anything and he won't be able to do anything with 3 orders, and I'll win the game too. So I tried to kill the one guy with like 6 orders, and he didn't die. So I gave up, and I moved over, grabbed the box, and then I was like, okay, I'm setting up for next turn. He was like, and I was like trying to kill the other guy so much, and I was like, I'll shoot you one more time. I've tried 5 other times or 6 other times to kill you. It's not going to work.
Right.
I ended up murdering him. He's in retreat. The Trinitarian does a 2-order heroic run, has an auto switch on the button because that was his whatever tactic from thing. And then turns out that mission just relies on the end of the game being if you hold more in the middle. And he won 4-3. Well, if I just didn't attack any of his models that last turn and ignored it and just ate his shots with armor 5 Sujans, I let him do 3 orders, nothing happens, and then I win the game like 10-0.
Yeah.
But hey,
Close game, 4-3.
So,
Well, you've gone.
I lost. I lost. To be fair, his dice were abysmal. Like everything just really went well for me.
Yeah.
Like he definitely was rusty playing Infinity. He told me he played a lot of other like War Machine. He was still playing War Machine. And he was just having Infinity for fun. But it was good because apparently he bullies his local troops, so I was able to bully the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then he just got I was an idiot at the end, and then enabled the victory for him.
Right.
So classic Dan. I don't lose games. I lose games. You know,
So,
I don't win the game. I lose the game.
The games lose me. I don't lose the games. But you go into the submarine level basically for day 2. And we kick it
to
off.
Another Deshat.
Fighting Deshat.
Amazing conversion of.
So we picked this army as our army of the event too, and he had a pamphlet that he gave you, Dan, which was amazing.
It was so fun. It was like, we're fish people. We're real too.
It was like basically like a door knocker for the revolution of the fish people of the Helots, and his entire army was converted to be fishmen. It was incredible. It was such a cool army.
Themed.
Yeah, this is Dave Baird's army, and he did a fantastic job.
Super cool. So it was attack, defend. I chose to attack because hey, I got 3 Sujans, and it didn't look like he had much of a hacker presence. Little did I know that there was a Zencha hacker hanging out pretending to be a mine, but he went to defend the first Sujan, and then the 2 Sujans went on the other side, and then they ran up and destroyed the world.
Whoops.
So I was able to kill like McMurrow. I was able to completely clean the room. Yeah. During his turn, Miranda was able to mobilize. No, she missed. I was able to dodge. No, she eventually took way too many orders, got one of my Sujans. And then Saito woke up and with his T2 boarding shotgun started laying into the Sujans, killed 2 of them, and then went into the room and I just ate the T2 boarding shotgun and flamethrowed him, and he died. And then I survived, made my saves, so that was lucky. And then he just really didn't have enough stuff to do much at all, and I was able to. Luckily, I got the reroll, and then Sasha got move 8-4, and so Sasha laid down some smoke, ran in, touched the button, ran in, grabbed the thing in the middle, and then ran to the back of the board. And I was like, with way too less orders than it should have, because extra 4 inches is pretty good on order. And that was that. It was just I tried to kill him to the man, but I wasn't able to entirely. He had like 2 models left.
2 models left. Well, then you went into the final round against Chase's Caledonians, a Revenant faction. So many Revenant factions in this event. So many people that were excited to come out with their armies that had just come back. I think we played I played another Varuna player. You played Caledonians, played my Varuna. I played Akon. Like there was a bunch of different factions that showed up.
So he had a bunch of MSV1 guys looking at the board, and then there's Mormare hiding way in the back. He gave me first deployment, so I was like, I gotta go first because I just gotta go first. So Shujan's run up the board as usual. I'm able to discover and eliminate an SAS that's hiding around the 1 zone. We screwed up where, correct me if I'm wrong, you figure out sides, then you play zones, right?
Yes, because
Or
the
is it
player with initiative. So you've already made the initiative roll, and the player with initiative places 2 because they place the vital zone.
and that's after
determining deployment.
Because you
yeah,
would have determined deployments because
we
you
screwed
made
it up, and I was like, he said that it was like we had to play it more neutral because we don't know which side we're gonna get. And
no, you do know it's not you're gonna get because you've already.
But I did know, so I could have placed
roll.
the zone in a way better spot.
Owen placed his next to his deployment zone.
Right, that's what I would have
Like,
done, and it would have been hidden, and there's really no way to get to it without really
that's
coming.
what. Owen had them next
but
to
I
each
put it in a
other.
more neutral
and-
spot. So that was silly misunderstanding of rule number 1 because he's like, no, this is how it works. I'm like, I think it's the other way. Whatever, I'll just play it that way because I was tired and didn't care. So
It's day 2. Yeah.
awesome. So then, so I wasn't, because his Warmare would able to come down and look at it. I didn't try to put anyone in the zone turn 1 because I knew the Warmare would annihilate. Because I wasn't able to get to the Warmare, and also he was on suppression in his deployment zone, and it was just like it was too hard to fight. The Shujan did not do very much damage. I only killed like 3 or 4 models, maybe. He's his high fizz, dogged. It was like he had like a couple guys that went dogged and just wouldn't go down, and like T2 rifles that were shooting me, and I got a line on. I realized it too late. I got a pretty good line on Wallace.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It had to be kitty form because I was just barely peeking up over. But I feel like if I had a couple more orders, there was a good chance that I was kill Wallace, which would have put me in a good position. But I didn't. So I kind of fell back and hit it with the Sujans a little bit. Mormar came up and killed one, failed to kill the other one because he had become so close and he was shooting pistols at me. I dodged through an EM mine, which is great. Then come my active turn, up close, Sujan murdered the Mormare, no problem. And then murdered the lady laying EM mines, but there was one EM mine left. And then during his turn, when he was running over with, so I went to go push the button first turn, thought it was there. I had to spend more orders to push it the second turn, which I wouldn't have had to because it was already pushed.
Right.
So that revealed more things. So that was unfortunate. And then turns out, and then the funny part was I had Sun Tzu on Overwatch, and he flash pulse crit McMurder the first turn. So I was like, no, you don't get to do anything. And then the second turn, he's like, you have your rocket launchers at you. I'm like, that's okay. Flash balls. And he's like, crits me. And I'm like, I don't take any wounds. No problem. I still got 2 wounds, no wounded cap. I'll be fine. And so I eventually took 1 wound. I'm like, I still got 2 wounds. I'll stay up. And I was greedy. And then he crit me again. And then I failed both 2 saves. And I went unconscious. And I was in Lost Lieutenant. So that was bad.
That's not what you want for your final table game.
No. So
and you guys were at table 2.
I was able to figure out some stuff and get some stuff done, but ultimately it came down to Wallace came around the corner, charged one of when McMurder came, discovered everything in the middle of the board and killed it all. And then McMurder came over and was fighting my Sujan. I dodged into line of fire so he wouldn't just I could see him on the way in a bit, but I dodged into the EM grenade and I forgot the EM grenade was there. And then I shot McMurder and then got EM'd. So that was a mistake on my part. It was just a mess. Eventually, I was able to clear the zone. Wallace couldn't get far enough in to kill the Sujan that was holding the zone. But again, that zone should have been way more in my direction. And we ended up tying like 4-4.
Yeah. And the end of the game was 4-4.
And it was like, if I would have put the zone in a better spot, I'm probably at 5 points or 6 points. But it's too hard because it's a whole different game. But it's just kind of
also game 5 2-day event. I just
need to read the rules. I didn't do any prep whatsoever.
That's what I mean, right? Like your brain's melted.
But it was a good game. It was a very close. Dice were crazy both ends. It was probably my favorite game was the last game just because it was more even. Right. Me and yours game was a lot more close as well, where it was an actual fight. And the other games, my Sujan just annihilated. Even though I won or lost the other game, it was just turn 1, Sujan go, and the game is basically over, and we go through the motions. So your game was fun against you, and then against Chase at the end, there was also a really fun game.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, we've heard about my second game, but I'll do a brief recap of my first game. Game one, I got to play against Veruna in a mirror match. So, I mean, what are the chances? We're at like a almost 50 player event, and I pull the other Veruna player at the event. There was three of us, and I played one of them first round. I won 9-0 in that one, mostly because he got really unlucky. He ran up to grab the box with his cutter on round one, and assumed he could just take a hit from a helot with a neurocinetic like light rocket launcher, and he rolled 17, 17, 20, and burned himself to second level unconscious in his own first turn, and then had to spend the remaining four. He had two orders left by the time he like snuck someone over with a speedball to speedball back to life, and then had to run and hide because he couldn't put it down. Uh, like the tags, like the whatever the box that he'd picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and ran ahead, and so like he basically wasted the rest of his turn because of one lucky shot from a helot, and from there he really couldn't get the tempo back. My Squallow took the high ground. We were on like this it was like a multi-leveled kind of like gantry terrain set of these 3D printed buildings. And my fire teams of orcs, I had two three-man teams. I had a basically an HMG team and a Fuhrbach team. The Fuhrbach team had my Knight of Montesa paramedic with the boarding shotgun, so I could cover up close ranges. It had my Orc Lieutenant with the Tinbot, so they had a Tinbot, and then it had the Fuhrbach. The other Orc team was three Orcs. It was shotgun Tinbot, the HMG, and then the Hacker Orc. So both sides had both. It's basically five Warhorse orders. It's maxed out Veruna Orcs. And then I had double flash bot. I had a Squallow Mark II with the multi marksman rifle. Or no, with the multi HMG, which I discovered my Squallow, my original N1 Squallow is the perfect proxy for because it's got a multi HMG. So it actually looked really cool and like fit my old school like Veruna army. And then I had Helot Sasha in group two. And I think that was it. I think that was it. Yeah. So it was just like a 10 order truck with a Sasha and a Helot in group two. I guess it was 6, 7, 8, 9 with the flash bots. I think I had a tech B. I had a tech B, that's why. I had a tech B for the whatchamacallit, for the specialist and to make the Squallow dodge better. So yeah, he got picked apart after that, and there wasn't really anything he could do. Once the Squall was under one wound, he had no engineer. He was out of speedballs. There was like it basically came down to eventually the Squall running across the table and just killing him. Because double multi pistols at short range. The Squall doesn't have a backup gun, which is a big problem for it, and the Squall doesn't have tack aware either. So he took the Squall Lieutenant, and once that thing went down, the rest of the army fell apart. Game two, I played Dan, and we've already talked about how kind of frustrating that was. I lost that one 5-2. If I, the bunch
Sasha,
of things.
Sasha EM.
Sasha
There was a
EM.
little scuffle in the middle where Sun Tzu was like watching a corner,
Yeah.
and then I crit flashballs to you, and you're like, "Oh, my turn's over." And then we realized that Sun Tzu was slightly facing the wrong way, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I don't shoot you.
Yeah.
I guess you just shoot me for free," and I didn't die, and I was able to hide. So it was a lot of like, if Sun Tzu died in that order, we maybe tie like 3-3.
You'd be down two orders because I don't think you had anybody left that could. Maybe the one wound cat that was alive could have gone across and stamped his feet, but he's not stamping on 17s, and stamping on 17s is real good.
Yeah.
You're like, I got one order left. I walk across the line, I stamp on 17s, and I'm like, God damn it. Because it was 3-2 otherwise. And if I'd gotten any of my whip 12 rolls, those three rolls, it would have been higher.
Yep.
So that one fell apart. And then I go into round 3 on day 1, and I'm playing Tom. And I've played Tom a million times. I play him on GMG all the time. And I'm playing his Bakunin army, which I've played against a million times. And he's got, in the beginning, so we're playing the console flip one, right? Where you're trying to flip consoles, they stay yours if you flip them. and then get the beacon. And if you get the beacon, it's round scored. So it's round scored for beacon and a game scored for consoles. I think it's worth 4 if you just push 2 consoles. Owen makes a really good point about this mission is if you just wait and push 2 consoles at the end of the game, you win. Like no matter what happens, because you get 4 or 5. Is it 5, Owen?
It's
2 for
4
pushing
points
them,
for 2, and then
and
because you
then
get 2 for
2
more,
Yeah,
and then 1 each. And so like if you push all 3,
and get your
you just
classified.
win.
And you get classified
And
to your
then
major. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean you get a major just by pushing all 3. That's 5 points.
By pushing all 3, if you get all 3, yeah. If you just do the middles,
Yeah.
and you don't worry about the 8 for the round scoring. So yeah, I flipped buttons, I did things, I snuck around a little bit, but then he had a stand-up Moira HMG with just like a dice and a half, and a standing neurocinetic Sin Eater sniper, and like those are known pieces. You know what I mean? You can do stuff with those pieces. Typically, what you do with those pieces is you brute force them because they can't afford to lose. I tried brute forcing with my Squallow. I tried brute forcing them from bad range with my Fuhrbach. I lost every dice roll and I killed myself on those 2 pieces. They won every single encounter because this was the frustrating part of the game. Every arrow he rolled with a special dice, he rolled that sweet spot in between what I need to roll and his BS. So he got like a 10-11 on every single roll. And I'm shooting on like 9s, you know what I mean, with pan OBS. And so I have to crit. He just high diced me on 2 dice every single time and got into like his little sweet spot. And there was nothing I could do. And this is over the course of like 10, 12 engagements. They both just live. And the couple of times I win, he just makes his armor saves. So it was like, I'm killing guys on my turn, and then the red mist descends. I actually had the beacon and 2 buttons, but I went first. And I probably, in hindsight, should have gone second in this mission because I had the choice. And those were my 2 big things. I overinvested in trying to kill those 2 pieces, and then I had his beacon in his deployment zone, 2 buttons pushed on the game, and he just last couple orders managed to kill my beacon holder, and that's what flipped it for him. And then in round 3, I go in and I play Bakunin again against Gustergott, who is here from Quebec. He's one of our far travelers. And had a really good game. This is my day 2. I've kind of like shooken off my 2 losses on day 1. I'm like, I'm just here to have a good time. We have a really good, really friendly game. He's got the whatchamacallit, the big old tag, the hacker one, what's it called? Stigmata. And we're playing on Spud's blue foam core table, which I really like. I love that table because it's a non-standard sized building set that Spud handmade out of foam core during N1. That table's got to be like 15 years old now that I think about it, and I've played on it a million times. But it's just got some really interesting like cubbies. It's a weird shape. Nothing's boxes. They're all like weird loops and stuff. They have stairwells going up them. There's a few ladders. And we're playing Hardlock, I think was a stop at Day 2. Is a room mission.
No, it was critical
intervention. Yeah, critical intervention. On day 2, I managed to take the room. Yeah, and we just go back and forth, but the orcs come out on top this time. And I literally just did the same plan as I did against Tom, but it worked. Like that was the difference. Was just it was the same idea. I took out the arrow pieces, advanced in and fought the things I needed to fight, and then just set up defensively at the end of my round with my 2 little fire teams. And that time it worked. I won 6-3. And then last but not least, I played Jordan with his Acon. He had a very bad Dragos encounter, and his Dragos died, I think, active turn, just failing saves. And once his Dragos was gone, the army couldn't really stop the tagging the 2 fire teams because it was just regulars. There was a Guarda de Assalto, though, at the end of the game that, oh no, it was his Dragos got bricked by a Sasha EM grenade in the first round. I did what Dan did to me in that last turn with the Guarda Assalta, and then the Guarda with the Dragos, and then killed it just shooting it while it tried to reset. And then the whatchamacallit, the Garda held off my entire army. The Garda killed 5 orcs by itself. Just shotgunning just at point blank range with its mimetism. The mimetism was a hard thing for the orcs to get through because the Sigard is BS 15 and it has mimetism, and that's the tiebreak basically against the orcs because the orcs have the bonus dice. But that didn't basically survive the stat check. The stat check was enough that it managed to kill a bunch of them before it went down. Still won 5-2, but it was a close game. And we barely took the center at the end. And that was our event. So we did another one. We managed to do another 5-game event. We've got another one coming up in February, which is Corvus Carbonite.
It sure is.
And between now and then, I get a practice tournament because Greg is doing Winter War January 17th. So I have to pick an army that I'll play at both events and actually paint it this time. So, and I'm not going to waffle around. I've got a bunch of miniatures. I got a Yodam in my prize pool.
Are you going to make like a good army, or is it going to be like, I brought 10 models in my bag?
I don't know,
because you do that a lot, and it's
do that a lot. I do that a lot.
You could try and build like a good list.
I could try and make a good list. Okay,
and then try and win.
I could do that.
I just feel so bad because it's like,
where's
Ash? Yeah. Where is he? 20th?
As you just scroll down. Hang on. I see what you're doing.
I can't even see you down there.
I can't even, from where I am, you don't even exist. Well,
at the end, I was having Tom translate for me whatever Ash was saying.
I sound like the teachers in fucking Charlie Brown. I'm like, wah, 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 wah.
Tom, can you hear what he's saying?
Dan, you can't.
No, you can't either. Oh my goodness!
First, I'm 16th. I mean, I still came 16th. I'm not mad about that result. I came top 20 after 2 losses at 42. So I'm fine with that. I'm not mad at that result.
I thought it was funny how it's like I like hard through 2 games, kinda.
Yep.
And still was only one point from getting second.
Yeah.
There was a lot of ties.
There
were there was a lot of people in that event who had really, really close games.
Yeah.
And that because there was 5 rounds with like 40 something people. There should have been somebody else right near the top, and there wasn't because everybody tied out.
These missions are.
I mean, is that a sign of a healthy game?
I think so. That's not bad. It's also a sign of the fact that this is an ITS season that's like 2 months old and we're running this tournament.
Or are we all just very incompetent?
I think it's a brand new season and we're having a satellite event right at the beginning of the season, and people aren't just playing these missions like rote yet. And it comes down to the fact that Owen just plays more games than everybody else. And he's actually played these missions a whole bunch, right? Like, how many games of each mission do you think you've had in the month and a half since it dropped, Owen?
I don't know.
5 of each?
Maybe.
Right? Like,
yeah.
In a month and a half, you play like 20 games. You know what I mean? So that's 5 of each of these 5 missions if you've done that. Even just playing 2 of each of this mission is more than probably some of these people had played.
I had played my list once, and I thought it was terrible, but I thought it'd be funny to play.
I played all 5 missions one time because we did a GMG series where we played the 5 missions from the event. I played a different army every single time. And I'd never played the Vern army. I know I played the Vern army once going into the event.
I hadn't played 2 of the missions in the event.
The top 8 people in the event are within 2 points of 2 tournament points of each other.
Super close at the top.
Like, and the top 7 are within 1, like a 19 or a 20 on tournament points. And like there's something to be said that 2 of the people I played, their only losses were me, and in doing so, they get second, third. Like,
because you played Loch Ness, you played Obeiscus.
Yeah.
You played Hellspecters in 10. Yeah, Hellspecters in 10.
Like there's like a bunch of people because what that says to me is that like of the top tables, because everyone's kind of tied into round 4, there's a lot of close or ties in round 4 and then 5.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, like earlier rounds in that event, it was like normal where it's like, oh, here are the 8 people, then the 4 people, then the 2 people. But like round 4 and 5, because like for whatever reason, people just started tying.
Yeah.
And so it made it really close where OPs
I think,
mattered.
Well, part of that comes down to this is a lot of the people in Ontario's first 2-day event for Infinity. Playing a 2-day event is different from playing a 1-day event, man. You get your brain melted.
It's
5
true.
games of Infinity over
I
2 days is a lot.
I was explaining that at one point on the round 3. Like, I think because Loch Ness Hamster and I played round 3.
Yeah.
And I was saying to him, like, we hadn't even deployed yet. We were just talking about it. And I'm like, you've made it now. You don't need to score anymore. You just need to win.
Yeah.
You don't need to get objective points. You don't need to do anything else anymore now.
Just
All you
win.
need to do is not lose the next 2 games, and you will either win the event or you'll be right at the top. And that's all you have to do. And that's the thing about those 5-round events is like the actual hump is the first 2 or 3 games. Those are the ones you need to try and maximize your score on. And like, you have to be like, oh, I gotta get to 10.
Yeah.
After that, no, you just got to win. Just win your
gotta,
game.
Just gotta beat people up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, Owen. I don't know what I should play. You're gonna play Yu Ching because it's the only faction you haven't played, so we know that's happening.
Is he?
Yes.
We'll see.
He has to. He cannot dishonor himself in this way.
The
You know he
Long
has to.
Wang looks like a child. I don't understand why he's so small.
The who?
The Long Wang. It's
Oh, yeah.
so small. Like,
It's
I
not
might
that
do-
small for a size 6.
he's smaller than every size 6. And I know that because I have them all lined up together right now. And he looks like a toddler.
The blue
Like
wing is also tiny. I mean,
The Blue Wolf. Yeah, he's not huge.
The Blue Wang.
The blue wing.
So what about you, Dan? You're gonna do Aleph because you're starting Aleph?
I don't know. I might just play O12.
We have 2
So
months.
maybe
We have 2
12
and two and a bit months. I mean, you could play O12. I think it would be. I think it's a good idea for us to start new factions, just because that way we have a fun, different experience than we have every time going to Edmonton. I really enjoyed the year that I took my whatchamacallit, my hackathon. That's probably my favorite year playing it Cold and Carbonite, because I made an army for the event and I played it for, you know what I mean? Like, I did the event army, and then they did the same thing with my my nomads. The 2 times I've gone, I made armies specifically for the event, and that felt really good. Do we have the mission list yet?
We do. Let me see if I have it. We were me and the local guy were just talking about it the other day.
Yeah.
He had listed them all off, and then my brain melted and I stopped listening again.
Well, and I've taken Hacking Nomads to Cold and Carbonite, so I figure I have to take something different. So it'd have to be either Pano, whatchamacallit, Yu Ching, I'm not going to do because you're going to do it. So Pano, Ariadna, Aleph, or I could do combined. I won't take O12 or I could do JSA. I've never taken JSA.
All of my Aleph models are new in box. So I'd have to do a lot of building, a lot of painting.
Dan, you have white spray paint. You'll be fine. If you have white spray paint,
it averages me like 20 minutes to paint a model, okay?
So first of all, white spray paint and the Soul Blight Flesh contrast paint is like a finished Aleph army. Like it's unbelievably fast.
I want them to look better than Owen's models.
That's easy enough with the contrast paint.
That's right.
Owen's doing 2 angles of spray paint. You're using contrast, you're already like a step ahead. See, I don't know. I just played Pano. I feel like I could do them again, but I'd like to just paint something from scratch and something new, which is why I'm thinking Combined Army or JSA. I don't want to do Next Wave, though, because it just feels gimmicky to play Next Wave.
This year's Colder Than Carbonite is B-Pong, Hardlock, Cutthroat, Corporate Appropriation, Area of Interest.
Interesting. Those are fighty ones.
So it's the same event.
Cutthroat is different. Cutthroat is like is a direct action mission. So it's just a real simple kill lieutenants.
I just mean to say that Hardlock,
Long Wang
Corporate Appropriation,
and
Area
the
of
Blue
Interest.
Wolf
Yeah.
are almost the same.
Almost the same size. Actually, they're really almost the same shoulders or dull.
McMurrow is bigger than the Long Wang. He's
The
like head and
Wang
shoulders.
is almost as big.
The Moang's huge. That's really funny. I don't know.
The
Those are
crane
fighting
is
missions.
almost as big.
Maybe I play
The new
JSA.
crane, yeah.
You can play
Maybe
JSA.
I play JSA.
Just don't play Shinden. Shinden's boring. Play vanilla.
I would play vanilla if I played him because I like being able to take both the Shikami and the Hadamon.
Okay, what flavor of Aleph? Vanilla or Steel Phalanx?
Probably vanilla.
I think you should play Steel Phalanx.
Steel Phalanx would be cool too. You'd have fun playing Steel Phalanx because it's all big power pieces.
You won't
Right.
have fun playing Aleph. I'm not
Yeah.
like it's not that
Well,
you
play
can't
the
win.
Agamemnon. It'll
You
be
just
fine.
won't have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, being able to take both these guys and isn't the duos chart pretty good for JSA too? Yeah, because you get a pair of duos and you can do a Domaroos and
Yeah,
then
2 Karakuri. You're
and
right.
2 Karakuri as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and you can Harris one as well. So you can do 2 Domaroos, 2 Karakuris, and then I don't know what's the AVA on those. If Domaroos is more than 2, no, it's not. So you get that. But you take the 2 Domaroos from the top list, and then you take
Yeah, but you could finally bring Shuri Yuki.
the hell is that thing?
Exactly.
Holomask, X-Visor, BS Attack Shock.
Now your multi-rifle may
Kuroshia.
already have shock.
Oh, this is a
and
but this is
Viral
just
may already have shock.
Yeah, but
But
this is hey, Nanopulse has shock. This is just this is like a Darfo, isn't it?
no.
Some random Darfo.
I
Owen
don't
and
know, man.
Kuroshia? I think it's a Darfo, man. I don't know. Who cares?
I'm pretty sure it comes in one of the box sets. But
Yeah, feels like it's that kind of a thing. I could take double Oyuroi or a single Oyuroi and then have it hang out with a Daioke. Or I could do Oyuroi Musashi, which would be fun. Because Musashi's also 6'4", and you have him hang out with an Oyuroi and you just have a tag with like this ultimate melee piece and they just high five while they melee shit.
you could have an Oyuroi Mechazoid.
You could, yeah. But Musashi's so fun.
What's annoying is that out of all the factions I played, which are not a ton, mainly all of 012, all of Yujing, and Druze, I think ISS is still my favorite of all of them. Of the
That's
most
fair.
fun to play. Even when they were bad.
Why?
I like it's just kind of was fun to play. And now like the models are finally coming out and they're like extra things I haven't played with. I'm like,
Do you want to play ISS? Because
no.
we could play the same faction.
We'll just play no, because it'll be embarrassed when I get 50th and you're first again. You can't get first in ISS.
I
won't
don't
get
think I
first.
could get first in ISS either.
You could try.
When's the last time a Yu Ching faction won an event?
What if
We have no records anymore.
wasn't
because
there? No, there wasn't. There was a vanilla Yujing or an ISS that did well.
the
or-
records
I didn't
are all
say
gone
well.
now.
I said win.
No, yeah. I thought
It's probably more recent than I'm
there
Making
was
the
one
joke
that
about.
was somewhat recent. Or maybe it was Invincible Army or something.
I don't think I've been mean enough to Yu Ching.
Well,
Like,
I would say
I
that
had a
the
lot to
Discord
say about it,
disagrees. The
and I think
Discord certainly thinks you've been mean enough.
Discord conversations are irrelevant. They don't mean
That's fair. Sure. Nothing means anything, Dan.
it.
I just mean to say, now that I'm starting to play Yu Ching, I should have been harder on them when we talked about it.
That's fair.
What you gotta play them. You gotta play them first.
I've played 2 games now.
Ooh.
He's
And they went-
an expert now.
They went well. One of them went awfully, but we're gonna write that off as dice.
Fair enough.
Convenient.
Yeah. But it was the kind of game, Dan, where the multi-rifle crits my Xian lieutenant and he just dies. Because I just rolled like a 16, 17, 20. And then I'm like, I know what I do. I'll shoot that multi-rifle guy with my tag. Tag dies.
A multi-rifle ARO.
No, I just crit him twice. The tag survived, but I couldn't beat him. It was like 4 dice on 8s against 2 dice on 7s. And it's like, he's too strong.
guess
I can't
just
beat that man.
Yeah.
You play the long way?
Yeah.
Look at you go.
I think he's the best guy in ISS. It's not a
That's
high
saying
bar,
something.
but it's what he is.
He's the best guy.
Yeah, the BS -3 helps.
And the fact that he's BS 14.
yeah.
It's like him in the Sujin.
4. That's 4 off better in a face-to-face than any other person, really, unless it's MSV with CM.
I think
Anyway.
I can't fit the Oyuroi and do what I want.
Can you bring the Mechazoid then?
I can't quite get everything I want.
I've
to do
never
it.
seen anyone bring a Mechazoid. That's why I'm like,
Well, I don't think. Yeah, you said make a good list.
it's true. I think he's good. He's like a little tick belang.
Multi Spitfire is pretty cool.
Climbing Plus is pretty cool.
Yeah, Panzerfaust, Pulsar, and then Multi-Spitfire. Multi-Spitfire is a weird profile. He's only 9 points cheaper than the Oyoroi, though. But I like that he's a little timeless guy.
Martial Arts 2, which is
He
a
is.
big thing. Like, that's a big shift, because
Yeah, it
like
is,
all of a sudden now he no longer gets the negative.
Yep.
And so he's always getting that extra little bit of crit.
Yeah. I'm trying to fit too much. I think I lose the Domaroos, but I keep the Karakuris.
Yeah.
Replace them for something cheaper. And then I can have the Mechazoid hang out with Musashi, Shikami, Karakuri, Hadamoto Lieutenant, Pangalang Evo, Pangalang Repeater. And then I've got Flashbot, Kyojin Killer, Sasha, Oyoroi Pilot, but I'll change that for the Mechazoid Pilot. Although I guess I could take either. That one's
it
cheaper,
doesn't matter.
Though.
They both do it. Whoever's the cheapest. Yeah.
I don't really
whichever one is cheap.
Yeah. The trick is, I think it ends up being a 10-man list though to get everything I want, because I want the Patamon and I want the Karakuris and I want the Shikami. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I mean, Tag plus Hadamoto plus Shikami, that's like 150 points.
Plus double Karakuris.
And then the Karakuris are another 80, 60 points.
Shotgun. And I got to take the baggage.
Play Shazvasti.
You can play Shazvasti.
A good army.
No. Shazvasti, October helps Shazvasti so much.
Explain.
Dukash left vanilla.
Yeah.
And so now they have a unique thing.
Sure.
But it doesn't make Dukash better.
But it makes Shazvasti better.
Does it? It makes Shazvasti more of a reason. It doesn't make them better. It makes vanilla.
It does. Sure. But that makes Shazvasti better in this case. Victor changed and gave you a guy who could duo with the Guilo and count as one. And now you are no longer really threatened by guided missile on your Guilo. Like, he's super resilient against hacking already, and now he won't get guided. Like, you just won't shoot him with missiles because there's no point. And Victor on his own, who got a big glow up, now has like a decent hacking profile in and of himself, because he's hacking device plus with Trinity and Zero Pain. And so like, that's a pretty cool dude.
Guided minus.
Yeah, ECM guidance -9 Tinbot, which means it applies to the Guilo or the Jaiths or all of them.
That's crazy. He went from such a nothing to so interesting all of a sudden. It's so weird.
And like, you could have him.
He has the best. I think he might have the best hacking device in the game. Like, not his profile, but I mean his actual hacking device, because it does everything.
Oh yeah, hacking device plus
with Trinity PS5 with Zero Pain. Like, that might be the best hacking device on a model.
Yeah, it very well could be. And he's linkable with that Tinbot in this faction. Like, I don't think you bring the Mind Layer deployable repeater. Like, I think that's cool, but I think the other one is just the guy that you bring. Emitter's cool too, but he's only BS12, and he's not there to shoot people.
No,
he's there to hacker, man.
Hack the crap out of them, yeah. He's a little deferring because he's 2 wound as well, right? With BTS. Can you somehow get him I guess you could Evo hack him into having
a real firewall.
A firewall on top of that, yeah.
The challenge that you're gonna have, and this would be the like, I'm not sure what your solution is. How do you get the repeater to their deployment zone?
Yeah. Are there any pictures?
No.
The whole faction, really?
That's your
Holy shit, there isn't. Yeah.
Welcome to the challenge. And so like,
interesting.
You got lots of deployable repeaters. Like they're all over the place. Never mind. They're only on him now. So you don't have lots of deployable repeaters.
Deployable cover, deployable repeater. Jesus, they're only on him. Oh my god.
It's 30 arrows with a Sphinx, and then the flashballs.
How many flashballs? Well, I was gonna say, how many flashballs can you get?
You do get 2 Icadrons and you do get 2 R drones, and so you have like multiple. You get
They
2
have 4
Q
mobile
drones.
repeaters, but they're all hackable is the problem. So if they move into range of something, they get hacked on the way in and usually shut off.
Dodging.
Sure. With
Really
your PH10, you can dodge. Yeah.
Easy.
They're Fizz 11. They're a little better.
Fizz 10, the Echidrons. Yeah, the
Oh.
robots are Fizz 11, right? No, they're Fizz 10.
Other time.
Our drone.
Our
Our
drone's
drone is the
11.
one.
Our love's 11, yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Which is
he's
weird,
the one
but
who's got to
he
go
is.
for it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And so, yeah, you have this cool hacking guy. I think it's more he's like defensive hacker man,
Yeah.
not guided missile you and then you die.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hack to knock the fire.
like the other thing too is like you could just speculo. What like, well, that's a guided missile, all right. Be a shame if somebody monofilamented it.
Yeah. So
Like,
just stabbed you with a lightsaber.
here's my
problem.
boarding shotgun. Problem solved. But anyway, I think you could do stuff with Shazvasti. I'm also just a huge fan of the Guilo. I think he's like really underrated.
Agreed. I like the Heavy
MSV2,
Rocket.
Albedo 6,
Heavy Rocket is great.
BTS 9 with nanoscreen and combat instinct makes him immune to surprise attack.
I get way more excited about this than Aleph. I'm stealing.
You want some models? I'll make you a care package.
And I have some random ones lying around as well. So
if you have the board game, you basically have this army. If you have Defiance, if you can find a copy of Defiance.
I don't have Defiance.
Okay, because the bad guys in Defiance were this army basically, and there was a Mesner miniature. They had everything in Defiance. Yeah, I don't know.
I picked up some random stuff secondhand, and I have like a handful of combined army stuff. So maybe some of them are relevant.
Yeah, I could do this army. I could do Morats. I could do a bunch of things. I just can't decide. The problem is I've played everything, so like I'm not super excited about anything. I need someone to make me excited about an army.
Well, don't play Morats. They're Morats. You don't want to be that guy. Don't be a Morat player. Be better. Play French.
Play Mervengians.
Yeah.
Play Mervengians.
Look, the new Anaconda comes out next month.
It does. Yeah, I'll have the new Anaconda.
And he's awesome. He's finally good.
Dude, that new pilot looks so good.
I like my Anaconda list.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could play French and you get to bring a new sharp model and you get to play the old classic stuff that you've had sitting in a bin for 15 years.
Yeah.
You just get some mob lots. You get to have a list with Mirage 5. You get to have a list with an Anaconda. You can bring out the new Vistrals as well. Because
that's what my list is. My list is Metro Paramedic, Metro Lieutenant, 2 War Drivers, 1 with the Zero Pain, 1 with the
Look, this faction's kind of cool, but it's not that unique. Like this is what you bring. So but it's like everybody's cool. They all have a shtick. Like
that AP's for Anaconda.
Yuching players, pay attention. This is what it looks like when your faction's fun.
Your faction's cool.
You get Lugaroos with like marksmanship and
marksmanship virals. That's what I got.
SR -1 snipers.
Yeah.
Paracommando with SD flash pulse.
That's fair. And we'll see. We'll see what we end up picking. So I think we have run this down. We've done our recap, and now we're just talking about the next one. I have a practice tournament January 17th. I have to paint up for. And then and then it's what, the 14th of February? Is Carbonite?
8th, 9th ish.
9th of February.
Around that weekend.
Sweet.
You know what you should do?
What?
French hacking guided missiles.
I have that. Well, sorry, I don't. I had a tractor mule Urigan. No, Katyusha? I had one of them. I think I had the Katyusha.
Look, Shazvasti can't afford pictures, but the French can.
I know. I've got pictures and fucking disco balls in the French.
Yep.
It's great.
That's what I'm saying.
All right,
There you
well,
go.
it is. We'll talk to you guys about our next episodes, which will probably be. We have some concept episodes we're thinking about, which we'll talk about later. But then also we still have to get to doing Aleph, and Dan is thinking about playing them at some point. Maybe not for Code of the Carbonite, but it'll be worth talking about.
I have so many models. I just gotta build them.
All right, buddy.